if I'm on bottom. I want his posture broken down, right? I want to get up in his collar, and I'm going to use my legs. And everybody saw the other day the difference in pulling my knees up versus lifting them up, right? It was a massive difference. So just as a reminder, right? I'm trying to lift him up, break his posture down. As we talk about arm bars, there's certain triggers. For example, if somebody's elbow comes up, that's a Kimura trigger, right? If somebody's hand touches the mat, that's a Kimura trigger. Like, hey, we're going. So here's your arm bar trigger. If his elbow is ever at my belly button or further, that is your arm bar trigger, okay? That means an arm bar is now available. If his arm gets across me. So what does that tell me? Sometimes that's just gonna happen in the nature of the fight. We're gonna be back and forth, whatever. He's gonna reach, you know, especially a new guy might actually reach for my collar from this position. Where's his elbow? Like, he's just giving me an arm bar by reaching for my collar. Anybody knows what we're doing would never do this from guard, but people do it, right? But for whatever reason, maybe I bumped him, his elbow gets over here, we know an arm bar's coming, or there's the option available. The other thing is we can start to put it there ourselves, right? We can start getting double sleeve grips, trying to rip his arm across. So anytime I can get him to here, that's my trigger. So let's look at a technical arm bar, how we might set that up. So I'm gonna go one grip on the sleeve, the other one's gonna go across behind his elbow, and I'm gonna drag him to the center, right? Once I drag him to the center, I'm going to get this grip right here, and what this grip is doing for me is I'm using it to control his posture, and again, I'm never letting this go. Right? Once I've pulled this across, I can't let him get his arm back. If he gets his arm back to here, the arm bar's not available anymore, right? I need his elbow at my belly button or over. So once I get it there, I'm clamped down on it and I'm not giving it back. I'm gonna get my grip up here, and this grip is to help control posture, but just as much as it's to help control his posture, I'm gonna push him to the side a little bit. The further I can get an angle, the easier this arm bar is gonna be. Right? I want to be looking in his ear hole before I start going for this arm bar. If I go for the arm bar right here, I'm not that flexible, guys. Like, it's going to be hard for me to get this arm bar from here. But if I can get him to here, suddenly this is much, much easier, right? So I got two grips. I got grip one, grip two. So I'm pulling him down. Of course, I got my legs closed. I'm keeping his posture broken. I'm pushing him this way. Now we're going to go foot in the hip. So this foot's gonna go in his hip because it's gonna help me turn. And this is the most important part of this arm bar. This is the piece that if you don't get this one, you're probably not gonna get the arm bar, okay? And that is this leg over here. All the fun stuff seems like it's happening with this leg. It's the leg that goes over the head. You know, this is the leg that you see. Nobody pays attention to what this leg does. But this right here, this leg getting to his armpit and clamping down on the back of his head is the difference in getting the arm bar and not getting the arm bar, right? This is huge because this is my final posture control. This is what keeps him tight into me. This is gonna make this tight and not give him anywhere to go, okay? So I've got grip, grip, final control, and now it's pretty easy for me to push on his head, push here, get my final pivot, and I wanna end up 90 degrees to him, right? And I've already got that started by turning him already, right? I've already got that started. Now it's easy for me to get my head a little bit further this way, and now it's easy for this leg to come around, right? And then from here, clamping my legs down, nice and hard, keeping my core activated, and then we can finish that arm bar, right? So let's everybody give that, I've got a lot more details I'm gonna show you in a minute, but I want everybody to just give that a try real quick and start to get in that position. So let's walk through just really, really fast. Grip, reach across, cross grip, pull him over, get our shoulder grip, push him away, keeping this tight over here, foot in the hip, most important step, clamp, right? Now I can push off his face, push off his hip. If you need to put this foot down, you can to help you turn. Here, double grip, leg curl, finish. But if he doesn't, there's some ways we can do this. You're gonna grip with the same side, okay? Guys, anytime we do When we do arm drags, what do? We grip the same side, right? Same thing here. We're gonna grip the same side with our 4 fingers in grip on their sleeve. And then if he's doing his job right, he's keeping his elbows down, which means I can't get underneath there to do an arm drag. I'm gonna go over the top because that's available to me, right? Underneath's not available. Over the top, I'm gonna cut behind his elbow, and then I'm gonna think about lifting his elbow up and out, like kind of like I'm trying to chicken wing his elbow a little bit, right? So I'm gonna hold on to this, chicken wing that elbow up and out, and now punch it across. Significantly easier to do it that way, right? If I can get around behind it, chicken wing it out, and punch it across, right? Oh, I should have worked that. So there we go. And you want to end up with this arm inside this pocket on your arm, okay? That's where you want it to end up. So you're here, boom. And it's really easy to get that across there. I'm not trying to stuff it underneath my arm here. I'm trying to get it across. So boom. This is a very, very easy move to get to. And especially with a gi, so I'm holding his gi, I'm clamping down here. It's gonna be pretty hard for Sal to get this arm, but I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's pretty darn hard for Sal to get this arm back now. But Sal, at this point, is gonna know he's in danger and start really trying to get that arm out of there. That's where our legs come into play in this second grip, okay? So that's tip number 1 I wanna give you guys. When you're trying to get his arm across, 4 fingers in, pull that out and up and over, and that's your starting spot, okay? I want everybody to do the whole move, but adding that detail in now, okay? Okay, so I got his arm across, and remember this arm's I can lift this arm up high even, right? I'm peeling it out, boom, coming across, this is fine. I get my grip. The better angle I get from this point, the easier this whole move's gonna be. When I end this move, I wanna be 90 degrees to him, right? If I can go ahead and get him like 45, that's gonna just make it that much less space I have to go to, right? To get to that 90-degree angle. Sometimes things just don't go quite right. Whatever's going on, I get here, it starts to feel like he's getting a little loose. Like I'm just like, this is not quite right. Go ahead and just clamp over his shoulder right here. You don't have to finish the armbar yet. You okay? Just clamp right here. This is a great place to kind of reposition, tighten everything back up, get where I want to be, make him miserable, right? And you can actually even finish the armbar from here. I've seen it done. I've had it done to me, right? But I get everything where I want it to be. Sometimes, if I can't quite get where I want to go, I'll even reach under this leg over here and help turn myself a little bit. Then it's easier to finish, okay? So I want everybody to try that. Get to everything set. We're right here, and I feel like it's not quite going right. We're just gonna clamp. Now you can't clamp here. You're not gonna be able to reach. You gotta come around his shoulder, and then it's easy to clamp, okay? Around his shoulder. Chris, let me use you. I'm gonna need somebody to
We're all getting used.
So this is the worst one, Chris. Yeah, I'm gonna crush your spine. All right. So we did our entire move to get to here. So we're going over, push it away, hit, clamp, right here, kind of moved around a little bit, pulled his, like dude, your head's too high, pulled his head down where I wanted it. Let's step over, okay? Now that I'm here, if I don't clamp down with my legs at this point really hard, he's gonna posture up and he's gonna stack me, okay? So let's look at what he does if I just leave my legs loose and he starts stacking. Yeah, it's gonna suck. Right now he's gonna start trying to put my knees to my head. And not that I can't finish the armbar from here, but it's way harder, very uncomfortable. You don't want that to happen to you. So, I'm gonna clamp both my legs down on the back of his head like I'm doing a hamstring curl, and I'm gonna tighten up my core muscles where my core is not going to bend, right? It's gonna be tight, like I'm just gonna do a deadlift, hamstring curl. Now Chris, go ahead, look, no hands, go ahead and stand up. Keep going. He's lifting me up, but I'm not getting curled up with my legs over my head, right? You guys see the difference?
Yep.
I have no problem with him lifting me up. Go ahead. I'm here, this is fine. I'm still straight right here. What I don't want to be, I'll do it again. I don't want to be here. That sucks. Okay? The difference is tight core, tight legs, right? And then he's gonna work himself to death over there. We'll let him. And there's some other tips and tricks we can do if they do get you up. I'm not gonna cover them today. What I want you focusing on right now is if you clamp down hard enough, it's gonna be real hard for him to stand up. And even if he does stand up, tighten all this up where he's lifting you like this, not like this, okay?